Celtic Myths and Legends by D.W. Rolleston. Chapter 6, Tales of the Ossianic Cycle. The Brugh of Slievenamon. One day, as Finn and Kilta and 5 other champions of the Fianna were hunting at Turok in the north, they roused a beautiful fawn, which fled before them, they holding it in chase all day, till they reached the mountain of Slievenamon towards evening, and when the fawn suddenly seemed to vanish underground. A chase like this, in Ossianic literature, is the common prelude to an adventure in fairyland. Night now fell rapidly, and with it came heavy snow and storm, and searching for shelter, the Fianna discovered, in the wood, a great illuminated Brugh, or mansion, where they sought admittance. On entering, they found themselves in a spacious hall full of light, with 28 warriors, and as many fair and yellow-haired maidens, one of the latter, seated on a chair of crystal, and making wonderful music on a harp. After the Fianna warriors have been entertained with the finest of viands and liquors, it is explained to them that their hosts are Don, son of Medir the Proud, and his brother, and that they are at war with the rest of the Danann folk, and have to do battle with them thrice yearly on the green before the Brugh. And if we remember Lunasa, or the cooling quarter, about a week into August till about a week into November, is regarded as a season of war, but perhaps it can be all in one season, or, spread it out through the year, but that was the season of war anyways. At first, each of the 28 had 1,000 warriors under him. Now all are slain, except those present, and the survivors have sent out one of their maidens in the shape of a fawn to entice the Fianna to their fairy palace and to gain their aid with the battle that must be delivered tomorrow. We have, in fact, a variant of the well-known theme of the rescue of fairyland. Finn and his companions are always ready for a fray, and a desperate battle ensues, which lasts from evening till morning, for the fairy host attack at night. The assailants are beaten off, losing over 1,000 of their number, but Oscar and Dermot and Macluga are sorely wounded. They are healed by magical herbs, and more fighting and other adventures follow, until, after a year has passed, Finn compels the enemy to make peace and give hostages. When the Fianna return to earth and rejoin their fellows, no sooner has Kilta finished his tale, standing on the very spot where they had found the fairy prince on the night of snow, then a young warrior is seen approaching them. He is thus described: a shirt of royal satin was next his skin, over and outside it a tunic of the same fabric, and a fringed crimson mantle, confined with a bodkin of gold upon his breast, in his hand a gold-hilted sword, and a golden helmet on his head. A delight in the color and material splendor of life is a very marked feature in all this literature. This splendid figure turns out to be Don Medir, one of the 28 whom Finn had succored, and he comes to do homage for himself and his people to St. Patrick, who accepts entertainment from him for the night. For in the Colloquy, the relations of the church and of the fairy world are very cordial. So we definitely see how they have to be gentle with switching away from the jinn worship, but, as in making them under the thing instead of calling them all demons, but not all the spirits are supportive of that.